Today we are talking about the Reforge bonuses, especially as a wizard. This is a question that I have seen quite a lot whenever I put out some gameplay. There are people out there trying to figure out the Reforge bonuses, either for PVE or PvP or some experimental Reforge setup, and asking me if it will work for them. And I thought now that we have additional loadout for the Reforge, it might be a good time to talk about it because I end up making some changes for my PvE setup and PvP as well. And I want to share that with everyone what I am using now as a wizard. So first up, I am currently equipped with my PvP builds here, and these are my secondary stats. We all know that the secondary stats are really important, but reforged bonuses are as important. They can break it or make it your build, especially when it comes to PvE and PvP as well. So if we go to the Reforge, not the Reforge, but the blacksmith, go to the services, click on the Reforge now. This is a build that I am using with my PvP. So it is a PvP setup as of right now, and you can see I am using critical damage increase, block chance. Then these are not the highest value, by the way, at the moment, but then damage taken from plays reduce, then damage taken while suffering a loss of control decrease. It is a super good as a range wizard. Then I'm using duration of beneficial effect increase, and at the end, finally, we have the jolt set bonus. You have a 2% chance when attacked to immobilize your attacker, and if you don't know, the more you stack this on the other pieces, the chance for this goes higher. So it is actually, I believe so, 12% for me as of right now. So there is a 12% chance when someone hit me, they will be getting hit from a lightning strike that is going to immobilize them, and it can happen every 12 or 14 seconds because I have the jolt working on every single piece, and it will be happening every 12 or 14 seconds and 12% chance to trigger. So these are the reforge bonuses that I am using for PvP. There are people out there who are using instead of block, they are using reduce or increase the damage versus players suffering from loss of control. That is also super good. If you want to be a bit more aggressive, go with the one. You don't need a bit more block. You can go and pick the one, more damage to enemies suffering from loss of control. But since I'm not all that high, usually this is my PvP setup. There we go. This is my PvP setup, 4600 resonance, and these are the secondary. And I usually play in 8, 9, 10k reso game and try to stack up the block chance. It does get strive in the game itself. I think I have around 17% block chance when I am actually in battleground, but it does help me reduce some of the damage. But make sure you know that it will not be blocking a critical hit. Critical hit doesn't matter how much block you have. To reduce the chances of getting critical, you need to have more armor. So there we go. That is my first reforge setup. And as for, if we go take a look at the PvE, I have two setup now. This is the first one. This is my old PvE setup where I was using primary attack damage increase, all skill damage increase, critical hit damage increase, and beneficial duration and attack speed. This was for the longest time really strong, still really strong, but for the third setup I end up making one change to this. Instead of primary attack damage increase, since the wizard isn't all that focused on the primary attack, sometimes you are just using the skills and buffing yourself up, like if I change the build to the dungeon build, sometimes you are not using primary and just moving like this, attacking everything around you, not utilizing the primary much other than the bosses. So I end up making a change, and that change is, you guys will see now. If we go back to the Reforge, this is a new this is a new one, and you can see now I have all skill damage increased by 2%, critical hit damage increase, and the beneficial duration, attack speed, and then damage to the demons. Now I have up to 44% damage increase to the demons. You need to know that not all monsters are demons in this game. Some are undead, some are human type, and some are the demons. And before I go into demon type, some of you guys will be wondering, it is a bit too much of a hassle to change your reforge at the blacksmith every time. And for everyone who doesn't know, you can simply, like for example, if I go to my PVP setup and look at my reforge here, they have automatically changed. And how I have done that, by the way, if you're new, you won't have this feature. You need a familiar or the pet, which comes with a feature that allow you to either salvage or switch loadout. And if you don't have any of these features, you can come to the main town, Westmarch, go to the Armory, and here you can save your PvP setup, build setup, where you will have the set pieces and your essences, and make sure that you tick mark these, and your loadout and essences and the secondary item will be saved. And so if I now change back to the dungeon speed build, you will see not only my paragon, my skills, my essences, my set pieces, but my reforge changed as well. So there we go. If anyone did not knew about that, you can use the Armory. Super useful. Now let's talk about the monster types. So if I go here in raid, last boss with crate, go in. Every monster type, you will have an icon next to the HP bar, and I will not recommend anyone going insane on the demon damage. This guy, you can see, has that hand icon. It means it is an undead. And these big guys, they have the skull icon next to their HP. These are considered demons. So these are the demons with the skull icon next to them. So my damage versus these guys will be increased by up to 44%, because I have demon damage up to 6% on every single piece of my primary gear. So if I hit them, they die really fast. And you guys will see the boss itself is also considered a demon. But again, not all raid bosses are considered demons. Some of them are demon, some of them are undead, like the raise. But versus this guy, you will see he has about 86 million HP. And if I start hitting this dude standing here, you will see I'm melting this guy super fast. And I cannot do this by having primary damage increase bonus. If I remove my demon damage, then versus this guy, I don't hit all that hard. And these are also considered demon. You can see the skull icon. But anyways, those are the reforge bonuses I am using right now. Hopefully this video is going to be helpful. I am going to be killing this dude for sure, because he annoyed the heck out of me right now, being in like damage immunity for so dang long and only left with 22 million HP. By the way, Diablo himself is also considered a demon, so it is a nice reforge. And another thing here, I can change one of the essences, like the reforge story, like I can change skill damage to another vengeance one and get the vengeance bonus. But right now I ran out of the reforge stones, and I can do that and test if that gives me more damage or not. So this is my new PVE. I'm liking it, and I have the old one where instead of demon, I'm using primary attack damage increase. But there we go. I'm signing out. See you all in the next one. You guys have a great day. Later.